Good morning, Biscuit. How you doing, girl? How you doing? How you doing? Got a big day today. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. D's coming. He is. What's going on, y'all? Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. It is a big day today. Dr. D is supposed to come, which is big because he's going to check Maggie out. He's going to give all of our equine their yearly vaccinations. And he's also going to check Resca's teeth because she's been dropping food lately. And I don't want her to start losing any weight. So that is big. I'm also going to try to finish off the fencing around the power pole out there and which I just learned. Now I want to know how many of y'all knew this or know this. So that wire coming off that power pole, we call it a guide wire. Like it's guiding that pole. Guide. G-U-I-D-E. Guide. We've recently learned that is incorrect. It is actually a guy wire. G-U-Y. Had no idea. Zero. I mean, everybody, I wonder if some of my power company friends call it a guide or guy wire. Kind of makes me wonder. I've never heard anybody say anything different here. I've never heard anybody correct anybody or say, it's actually a guy. Never, never. My 51 years have I heard anything different. Brooke either. So that was new to us. Guy wire. No idea. Telling you, learn something new every day. I did learn something new about the stalls and stuff in here that I had no idea that I had been doing wrong for years. And even at the old farm we cleaned something out. I just been doing it wrong, but especially here, that I just recently learned. And love it. Love learning stuff all the time. Got to keep that open mind. Right, Biscuit? Biscuit says she's going to be lazy today. I don't blame you. You was probably up all night mousing, wasn't you, girl? Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's get this day started. You never know what we're going to get into around here. And let's hopefully, fingers crossed, we get good news from Dr. D when he does get here. So clean the stalls out, or stall basically, Peaches and Pocket stall every day because, well, not so much Peaches but Pocket will do her business in here. And I learned something new this week that says that it will help cut down flies and keep your stalls fresher and cleaner. And let me show y'all that. Let me get this cleaned up first though. Even though Pocket is a mini horse, I still have to clean her stall out every single day. Because if you don't, yeah, most of the time, your horse will go to the one spot every time. This is Pocket spot right here in this corner. You can see how it's wet right here. This is her spot. I'm gonna scoop it up a little bit more. But I'm gonna show you what I just learned recently, what to do versus what I was doing. All right, so I do have the area cleaned up now. Y'all have seen me use this First Saturday lime in the stalls, and this is a natural pest control. So I will put this down. I like putting this around the corners and in here in the stalls about, once a month or so. So that's going to go down because I kind of cleaned it out over there. This is something that I haven't been using right here, this horse stall refreshener. The person that told me to do this told me to put some of this down too. Again, it's all natural. Don't have to worry about it hurting anything. So I'm going to put a little bit of this down as well. But here is the thing that I'm going to do that I haven't been doing. Now, typically what I'll do is I go and get some fresh shavings and put fresh shavings right here. That's the mistake that I've been making all these years. This is what I don't want to say a professional, but a horse person I know that knows what they're talking about told me not to do that. Take the old shavings that she doesn't do anything on and put them over there and put your fresh shavings over here. And they said it will cut your fly population down. After I was told this, I saw a video of a horse facility, a big fancy horse barn, and they said the same exact thing. So how funny is that, you know? And they definitely listening to us. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move my old shavings over here and put some fresh shavings down here. Done. But I started thinking about this. How does this actually work? Why would this change anything? And after just thinking about it just for a few minutes, it makes sense. Because every day I'm putting fresh shavings down over there, and every day I'm removing those fresh shavings out because she's soiled it. You know, she's done her business over there. So this will in turn put the fresh clean shavings over here. So what I'm doing is I'm constantly putting fresh shavings in the entire stall, right? We're pushing the old shavings over here. Those old shavings will come out, go outside, and the fresh shavings that we put out the day before, which are considered the old shavings, will go back over here, and I'll put fresh shavings down here. So it's constantly turning the shavings over. You're not using any more shavings, using the same amount, just that it's always fresh bedding in the entire stall versus putting fresh shavings down in this same spot every single day. I tell you the truth. You never stop learning if you want to. You know what I mean? I love it. I absolutely love it. The more you know, the better you are, the better your animals are, the more you learn. You know what I mean? You know, everybody don't know everything. And if they say they do, then, or if they don't listen to other people's advice, then I guess that's their thing. I always keep an open mind and always listen and always learn something. Tell you, I love it. I absolutely love it. Hey, this boss lady approved? And I'm fixing to get you water. I know that's what you're over there waiting for. But I had to move your water to get the outside stall cleaned up, girl. Yeah. Now, let me get you. Just let me get you. Be patient. Be patient. There you go. There you go. Hang on now. I don't want you to get wet and get mad at me now. Hang on. Goodness gracious. I'm going to get fired on a technicality around here. Enjoy your day, beautiful. Oh, Brooke just pulled it out of the freeze dryer.
I did, and I dropped a couple.
That's all right. Look how beautiful it is.
I mean,
that is unreal.
Look at that. And you can hear how dry it is.
It looks like if you went to the Hobby Lobby and bought you some pretty
dried flowers. Silk flowers.
Silk flowers.
Yep.
But they real.
They real. They still smell good.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I don't think I better put any more in that one. And we're getting these right on to Miss Laura, where she will infuse them in some sweet almond oil and extract the calendula oil out of it.
Yes. How many bags we getting roughly a week now, you reckon?
Oh my goodness.
So you got 3 more to go. So 2 trays in one bag.
2 trays in one bag.
And you're putting them in the bags now because they're going straight to Laura, and so there's no need to vacuum seal and all that kind of good stuff.
You can see that.
Oh, you got more trays ready.
3 trays in here ready to go.
Okay.
So I looked this morning.
Yeah.
And the blooms have not opened up.
So
They're still kind of tight. Or this afternoon. What I found is once the sun hits it pretty good. Yesterday morning there was no need to collect, but yesterday afternoon they were all ready. And I collected 5 trays in one cutting yesterday. So yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Going well with the calendula.
Awesome. Look at it.
Isn't it beautiful?
Just
I mean,
beautiful.
It almost doesn't look real. Like you said, like silk flower.
Hey, look. Yeah, it does not look real.
And we don't have to seal these because, like you said, we're getting them to her very quickly. See, that's 1 tray.
Man, they're beautiful.
1 tray.
Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Maggie. Fixing to go knock this old berry out over here so you can stay safe, lady. That's right. Hopefully this won't take me long. Get this knocked on out. Check that off my list. Yeah, if you don't know this, I'm trying. I don't know if she can hear me or not, Maggie, but so the past couple of years I've been trying to get a little 25-cent raise from Peaches. She's the boss lady. She's the one that, told you had to fill out all your papers and stuff. I haven't quite got it yet. I'm working on it, doing stuff like this and all, and keeping the stalls clean and the pastures clean. But maybe one day I'll get it. But in the meantime, I just absolutely love taking care of you guys. And that's enough. Just don't tell Peaches that, okay? I don't need her to know that. Y'all, I was about to say I've lost my dog, but no, I have not lost my dog. No. Everybody's being lazy today. Yeah. Holly! What's she something? Look at it. Something get you? Come on, girl, load up. Let's go. We gotta go build this fence. Finish it up. Yeah. We gotta go finish this fence up. Fist bump. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, get back so I can get up here. Unless you're driving now. If you're driving now, I'll get on the other side. Okay, you can drive in. I'll get in over here, alright? Alright, look, we need to go over to the barn over there and get our wood and stuff. Alright? Alright. I didn't think you was gonna drive. I'll drive. Maybe you can get the gates. How about that? Deal? Yeah. Oh, goodness. Let's check the chainsaw out here and make sure we got gas and oil. Let's see here. Yeah, I got enough to do that, I believe. Check our bar oil here. Yeah, I may add a little bar oil to it. I want to show y'all something here. Somebody asked me in one of the videos, and it'd be easier for me to just to tell you than try to type this out, what kind of tool this is right here by my grease gun. And y'all, I'm telling y'all the truth. I've been wanting one of these battery powered grease guns, and I just didn't want to pay full price for one. Of course, I told, you know who I told? I told the bargain master herself, and she eventually found me one on eBay that had a messed up box, but brand new. Game changer here on the farm. Absolute game changer. So if you can find you a deal on one of these, and you've been on the fence on one of these, I get it. I highly recommend one of these if you do a lot of greasing. But back to this. What is this thing right here now? This is for if you're trying to cut a curve and you loosen up these little things here. Let me show you. Didn't have my normal camera, but got my phone right now. So you just loosen these up, and you just, you know, if you had a wall or something that was curved, you know, put that the way it's curved. You tighten this down like that, and that's your curve of your wall or whatever you're doing. And then you take this to your plywood, put that down, and then you draw your curve, and then you can take your saw and cut that curve out. So that's what this tool is. I don't know exactly what you call this thing, but yeah, that's what this is. All right, let's go saw some post off. How do I look? I look professional, don't I? Yeah. I might need to get you some. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Most people will cut these posts off at a slant. Okay? You would slant this top post right here, or the top of this post. And the reason why you do that is because you don't want water sitting on them, especially these square posts. But with the horses being over here and that being a sharp point, and I'm doing this with a chainsaw, I'm not gonna try to make any kind of fancy dancy cut on this thing. I'm just gonna buy, and I already ordered them, just a little aluminum topper. It won't rust, and it will keep the water off the top of this. The reason why it rots so fast right here is because that water is just going to sit on the top of this. Now, when they pressure treat this wood, of course, the outside is a lot, or has more treatment than the inside does, for the most part. But this is the open grain end of your wood. It's not like the sides. That's more solid and rigid than it is up here. This is a lot more porous and open. So when that rain sits up here, it don't kind of run off like it does your side cuts or your side grain. On this open end grain like this, that water will just seep down through here. And what you'll notice is this will start rotting from the center and then rotting out. And this will rot a lot faster than your sides will. So that's why you always want to try to protect the top of your poles. So I'm going to get me some little toppers. Like I said, I already ordered them. Just metal aluminum. They were inexpensive and they'll last a long time. And I don't have to worry about my horses getting injured on a sharp point up here. Just like that. Done. It looks pretty nice. I will say that. It looks pretty good to be a barrier around a telephone pole. And to be honest, was not super hard. Wasn't super expensive, and it's going to protect our horses. As soon as those toppers come in, I'll put those on there. But I'm happy the way it turns out, and also happy about, you know, just a peace of mind as well. And I appreciate y'all on, you know, giving me the tip and the advice on doing this, or the suggestion of doing this. Definitely appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, I wonder what time Dr. D's coming, Holly. It just depends, don't it, girl? It just depends on how many calls he gets in front of us. We're on a schedule, you know, this isn't an emergency for us. And so if he gets a bunch of emergency calls, we completely understand that. So hopefully that won't be the case today. I like it. I like it. Y'all having a good conversation, Sheriff? Oh, goodness. All right, y'all, Dr. D is going to be a little bit later than we anticipated, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. We completely understand. So in the meantime, I need to go do something that I told you earlier I needed to do. And that is I need to get some shavings. So we're going to run to town, get some shavings, and pick up something else for the equine. All right, Peach is going to be happy. I got our shavings in here. This is what I'm talking about earlier. I got us some loose salt right here. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with that. And then I got our goat minerals right down here for everybody. And I did pick me up 4 tomato plants. And that should do me for this year. Unless we decide to plant a big row of them. But I don't think we're going to have time to do that this year. So this will take care of our back garden right here. All right, y'all, we went to our other feed store that we go to all the time, local. Garrison's. Went to Jones first, Garrison's this time, to pick up some things that we needed, including our soil samples. And according to our soil samples, we need some lime. But that's really almost about it, isn't it, Brooke?
We're deficient in a
little some things, but I mean, the lime is the major thing, I think.
Lime definitely needs to be applied.
Our soil's extremely acidic here. Very, 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 very acidic.
In all 4 soil samples we took, that was the major deficiency.
Lime. And we've put lime out
3 times?
3 times. So, yep.
I don't know that it'll ever catch up.
I don't know either, but
we're definitely going to get the lime put out.
Definitely getting the lime put out for sure. All right, so we got Peaches in pocket, all lined up right here. Yeah. I was gonna let you know I got you some new bedding. Yeah. I'm just saying. Just letting you know. All right, let me show you what we're gonna do different than we have been doing around here. I got Maggie her own halter while we were out and about. I thought this light purple would look good on her black face. Right now she's borrowing Willie's halter, and I don't know, I just thought she needed her own halter, so I picked her up one while we were in town today. Also, I picked this up, which is going to be a salt feeder. Is that right? Salt feeder? Mineral? It's not mineral, salt. So I've been doing some research on this, and then I had a couple of emails from some horse gurus, and they told me that, because I always want what's best for the animals, that loose salt is really better and more efficient for the horses than the salt licks, you know. And that's just how I was taught, was always to get a salt lick. But I can see that, because a horse's tongue is different than a cow. Now, a cow's tongue is really, really rough. So I can see that. And I have noticed sometimes that the horses will kind of bite down on the block, but I never thought anything about it, because this is what I've always used, and that's what I've always was, you know, taught or saw growing up, was, you know, we all use salt licks. But you know, if this is better, it's better. So I started doing some research, and lo and behold, technically, it is better for the horses. Now, why am I doing salt only, no minerals? Well, horses are great at self-regulating themselves when it comes to salt. They know when they need some salt. Minerals is where it can get tricky, okay? They could overload on minerals and could get sick or whatever. So this is just strictly salt only. Now, mineral wise, we do give them a vitamin in the mornings, and we also have really high quality feed, and we have high quality hay. So I very seriously doubt that our horses are lacking any type of mineral there. But salt, on the other hand, is a different animal. So what I have been doing is I have been putting that Redmond's salt that has the garlic in it in or on their feed in the mornings. Well, I take that back, both times. So I've been doing that, and that could or could not be enough salt for them, and they'll know. So with me having loose salt for them all the time, then they can get what they need if they need some. So I got this mineral feeder here. We're gonna put this up for the horses. I didn't get 2 of these because, you know, when Dr. D gives us the green light and tells us it's okay to move Maggie over, then we're going to do that. So for now, I'm going to put Maggie's in just a hanging bucket like this for now, and let her, you know, do what she wants to do with that. I'm not going to remove the block. The block can stay in there. It will be curious to see how much of this they actually go through. All right, I really want this to be on the inside, y'all. I'll just watch it and see about it. I could put it on the outside, and if I see it's going to rain, move it. I might do that. I want them to start using it and get used to it. I think if it's in here, they may not see it, honestly. So I'm going to flip this thing around. We're going to put it out here. There. And they can come get what they want when they want it. Right there. Here you go, Max. All right, y'all, I'm over here in the shop, and Dr. D is about to pull up any second now. And we're gonna start over here first, check Willie, Resca out first. And then we'll get done with that. We're gonna go over there and check Maggie out and give everybody their shots. Anxious to see what he says about teeth there and what we need to do on there for Resca, if anything. And make sure Willie's okay. I want him to look them over, make sure they look okay. They're not too big, they're not too little. The same with Maggie and the donkeys. Make sure everybody gets a good once over from Dr. D. I don't need both of y'all anymore. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do one at a time. One at a time. Protected from mosquitoes. This is for West Nile, EWT. They get rabies too? I'm gonna get him a rabies shot. You're good, bro. Yeah, let's check in. Okay, so if I have to come back and do her teeth, we're gonna clean his sheet. Okay.
about you? You got any plans?
No, just farming.
Yeah, you look good, boy. Yes, you are.
So she doesn't have sharp points, but I can almost promise you that if she's dropping feed, she's off on. Guys, I don't see much wrong with her teeth.
Give me feed. I got feed ready on watch.
Let me watch her. Okay. Seriously, I don't see much. I can't do much.
You think she's eating faster because of him?
I think she.
There.
I see it.
Do you think that's what she's doing, or you think?
I don't see anything wrong with her teeth to be making like. I don't. Just to be perfectly honest, her teeth look dang good.
Okay.
I mean, somebody's done her teeth. Did they tell you or?
Yeah, they had Dr. Owsley do it before we got her.
I don't mind to open her up, but I don't see, like, I got a good look. I don't see anything in there that makes me think I'm gonna make that a lot better.
If she's not losing weight. Mm-hmm. Now what she will do is when she gets done there, she'll start cleaning it up off the ground.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
And then when we do when was his teeth last done?
Almost a year ago.
Almost a year ago.
Okay, and he's always turned his head like that.
Always turn his head like that.
We need to look at him again.
Okay.
And I need to open up where I can look all the way in the back.
Okay.
You're doing a fine job on their body condition. She's a hard keeper. It's not easy to make her look like that. She looks fantastic. I mean, I don't have any concerns about her weight. I have very little concerns about her teeth. Okay. I know she's doing that, but to look at them, I don't know what I'm going to fix. You know what I mean? It's like, they look really good.
Well, I'll remove the forage then and see how that goes.
And it doesn't hurt her to drop her down. She's not wasting any money. I mean,
no, she's not.
I think if she's looking around to see what he's doing is what I was getting at. Y'all need to charge admission to have your picture made of that.
People stop on the side of the road.
That's the biggest cow I've ever seen.
Her lungs seem okay?
That's too big? Fat?
Yeah.
No. No,
we ain't changed nothing. I mean,
I like her like that.
We did what they were doing.
I mean, it's a different build, but I like her like that. She's not gonna have that thoroughbred.
No.
So,
whoa.
Okay, honey, don't knock my taste away. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. She's a pretty girl.
Well, alright, y'all. Dr. D is gone. I couldn't mic anything up, so I just set my camera down and let it record. And sometimes it's hard to hear what all he says in the videos. I will say this. It tickled me pink when he came here. And right off the bat, the first thing he said is that if any animal makes it to this farm, it's won the lottery. And just coming from a vet, that always makes me feel good. It really, really, really does. Starting with Resca and Willie, number one, they both look awesome. He said they look amazing. Don't do anything different. Whatever you're doing, don't change it. Don't change their feed up. Don't change what you're doing because they're perfect. And especially to be the age they are and senior horses, and both of them are hard keepers. He said that is absolutely perfect. Especially, and I would think Willie more so than Resca, but he said typically racing horses, especially older retired racing horses, the type of breeds they are, they're usually hard keepers and hard to keep weight on, especially once they get to a certain age. And he said Resca looks absolutely phenomenal. Willie looks awesome too, both of them. Just that, you know, Resca being a racing horse. Now, Resca's teeth. Nothing wrong with her teeth. So, he seems to think that she's just eating a little faster because she's looking around to see if Willie's around. And he thinks we ought to remove the forage and just give her the straight feed. Keep Willie on the forage, but Resca, because her teeth look good, Willie's teeth, you know, he's missing teeth and all that kind of good stuff. But take her off the forage and let's see if she doesn't drop less and see what happens. So that's what we're going to do with Resca. In his mind, though, he said he didn't think she was dropping that much either. And she cleans up what she drops for the most part. So it could be just me being overly cautious and, just being a little protective of the babies. Now, he is coming back this week to, Willie has to have, I'm trying to say this politely and the best way I can, but Willie's got to have the goods cleaned out, the sheath. It just happens with male horses, and so he's coming back to do that, and he wants to double check Willie's teeth again. Maggie got a good report as well. She looks amazing. She looks great. He didn't see anything there. So he said, just continue what we're doing with Maggie. Don't change anything up with her. And he wants to give it 10 more days before we put the horses together, just to be safe. So that's what we're going to do. The donkeys, he did vaccinate the donkeys. I forgot to grab my camera and start recording the donkeys. You really didn't miss a whole bunch besides Honey being a donkey. Honey does not like shots. Everybody else takes them like a champ. Nobody even pays attention. Jessie just walks over there to you and wants you to hug on her. And, easy peasy. The horses were easy peasy. Honey, goodness gracious. They're all different though. They're all different. I don't like shots either, Honey. If I was a donkey, I'd probably do the same thing. Oh goodness, but everybody's great. Everybody's fine. I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with us today, helping us finish up that safety berry over there and take care and hang out with me and Brooke and the animals. We love y'all. Catch you guys on the next one. And as always, y'all be good.